Hello again, people. Right, doing this candlestick analysis, I've probably forgotten more than most people have learnt about candlesticks in the 15 years that I've been studying them and trying to work out the holy grail, I say with tongue-in-cheek, of trading. And if you watched my weekend video, the final one late on Sunday evening, I forget what it was called, but it was using the 3-candle reversal method and support and resistance as we understand it, I understand it, to find perfect setups for the following day, Monday morning. So I've done a few videos and I got as far as here yesterday, I think, the UK 100, and decided the video was going to crash if I made it any longer, which often happens, is so annoying. So I've put together another one this morning that did crash, so I'm going to try and speed this up, but that means most of this side of the charts have got lines and bits and pieces on because I've pre-looked at them, whereas if I start this end, I don't know, they're all totally new to me, so you're getting a fresh analysis. You just have to trust me on that, but I'm not here to tell fibs or big myself up. It's just you take me as you find me. So I'm going to look at UJ weekly and see what the support and resistance tells us for the following day. So, and we'll move across the charts as they come. So when we get that 3-candle reversal, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, we need to close above this high here. It is higher than this one, so that is the last part of the trend. That is what I call the penultimate candle. When we get a close above it, the price will tend to come back to it, and lo and behold, if this had been yesterday, then I would have been saying to expect a potential reversal short, and look what's happened. Now this hasn't broken these supports here, so there is really not a lot of point. It's been, what they've happened there is it's been tested and it's held. So what that means is it didn't reverse to the upside. This pullback is not a valid pullback to wait for to go long. It's just a benign sort of move, to be honest with you. If it had closed above there, then this reversal would have still been expected, but it would have expected to have caused a potential trend reversal to the long side. What you want to do, and to explain that a little bit, what you really want ideally is a break above this level about here, then a pullback to about here, and then a continuation. And I don't mention this very often. I want to see shallow reversals, and then you fill in your levels, as I've talked about. If you do a search on my YouTube channel for lines, that will bring up most likely some videos that show you how I draw my lines on my charts to show trend reversals or support and resistance levels. Don't talk about this very often either, but if this support and this resistance had been broken and closed through by the price just breaking that about there, that then gives us room to target these levels, because we've broken, not only have we broken through massive support in the push up, we've also broken through the resistance that we needed to, and that is an even stronger sign that price is going to go up. That might be worth writing down or making a note of or whatever, because I very rarely mention that. Support is actually stronger than resistance in my opinion, because they've just broken through. So if they break through that support, it just is like a belt and braces consideration for long. If we had just broken this here and then pulled back, as I say, that's the break and close just about this level here, then we have a pullback here, but we're below a recent support level, then that is likely to stop price. That's what I'm trying to explain, before it gets to that level. So anyway, down here we know we're in a range, we know we're in sideways motion, there's nothing to be said here We've tested and failed to break this resistance, so I wouldn't be wanting to trade much higher without the lower time frames leading the way. And we always trade with the lower time frames leading the way anyway, but this is just very difficult to clearly identify what is going on without looking at the lower time frames. And then I could say, yeah, it's going to go there, or it's going to come here, and it's going to do this, and it's going to do that, and we're going to make 20 pips out of it, a move. Easy. But we're looking just now for stuff that can clearly give us an indication of where price might have gone on Monday morning, i.e. this green candle here. And I could do that on the lower time frames, but I'm not, because it's not what this video is about. So here once again we've got, and this is a different situation, we've got a break of a break and close, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. This is almost telling you exactly what I was talking about just now. Apart from the fact that it is a big old candle and a big old pullback, but this is more bullish than the other one. Why? Because it's broken through the resistance of another resistance candle above. It's broken through the support. There is no support above the price now apart from way over here, and we do need to take that into account, because the left hand side of the chart always tells us where we like to have problems. But this one, once again, that candle screamed potential pullback to us, and look what happened. The whole length of that candle was pulled back against you almost. That is a 343 pip move, just screamed at you by breaks of support and resistance. It broke that resistance last, so it could have only just bounced off there, admittedly. But if you use my 3 candle reversals, once you've reversed on the 1 minute, then you expect to reverse on the 5 minute, and then you expect to reverse down on the 15 minute, and then the 30 minute, then the hourly, and you can just keep trading this down. You would expect it to bounce on that resistance, acting as support. And you need to do your homework on this. I could go into this in detail. In fact, I might well go into this video's this particular currency pair move in detail to talk about how I would attack that short. But you know, there you go, guys. So once we've pulled down, now this is a bit worrying, because in the converse description of breaking support here and resistance here, and this being a long screaming potential trade after, you know, weeks of movement, this one has come back down. Not only has it broken through the resistance that was critical to go up, it has also broken through support, which is critical to go up. This is looking particularly bearish here. But once again, once support and resistance is broken, what do we expect to happen? The opposite direction to take effect. And it's no surprise we've got an opposite direction here. Oops, I'm going to get disturbed, so I'm going to pause this. So, you know, these are just fantastic. I mean, you know, when it's broken a level here, what do we expect? Massive candle, potential pullback. Use the lower time frames. We're on a weekly chart. There are hundreds and hundreds of pips to be made on these candles alone. You know, and we can go back and do the same here. Once we've broken that level of resistance there, what does the price do? Comes back, tested it as support. You know, you can see them all over the place. Broken a level, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. Break a level of resistance here. Hit a level of resistance here. It's held as resistance. What does the price do? It comes back for 82 pips, or thereabouts, a bit more actually, I think, about 85 pips. You know, so support and resistance trading with a difference, guys. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, high, low, high, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Old support there broken by this, and what happens? Bang. So, you know, look for obvious signs, guys. Use the lower time frames to trade the potential, the possible reversals, and you are stacking everything up in your favor. So, number 3 chart, let's have a look at that, see what that's telling us. These lines are from something else. Oh, I was doing, analysing it because it was quite there. US dollar CAD was a pretty strong looking pair to the long side by the looks of it, first thing this morning. I don't know what the weekly was telling me. This is off of other charts, but low, high, higher, low, higher, high, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. There's nothing obviously broken there. There's not really an awful lot of obvious stuff looking at that I can clearly say. You know, we broke this support here with the green candle making a higher high, and it's pushed up, but this isn't an obvious one, so if it's not obvious, you just walk away. NJ, I took a trade on this morning, which is why probably lines all over the place. But high, low, lower high, lower low, low, high, higher low, higher high. Nothing obviously broken there, nothing obviously broken there. This one's broken that high there, closed above it, and look what happens, down it comes. You know, old resistance, once broken, tends to get tested as support. And you look on the lower time frames and you can start to analyse it, but keep it as simple as you can, guys. Always keep it as simple as you can. I mean, I can clearly see a trend here. This is a weekly chart, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. We broke a massive level of support here with this big candle here. Obviously we've broken levels of support there with that big candle there, and look what happens, we get the pullback. It's broken and closed below that thing there, and it's pulled back up here to the level almost. And what is that? From the open to the high, 70.13 to the high, 71.30. So what's that? 117 pips. Holy cow. So, you know, came down, broke something here, comes back, comes to test it. That low there, tested as resistance there. Just weekly analysis with big candles doing something, and you can plan your trades. So you can sit there over the Sunday having a cup of coffee like I'm having now and work out what you're going to do. Nothing obvious here, but we can clearly see big candle, pull back, continuation. Big candle, pull back to test that. That's a flip zone. That's some sort of clearly massive level of support. Easy to see in hindsight, I know, but the rules never change. Big red candle, what do? We've broken some sort of, well, massive support, you can see there. That'll be a monthly low. 4 weekly candles to a month, and then it comes back and tests it. You might get some, you cannot enter these, but you're screaming, you're there, that end of that week, weekend, you've been revving up for this, you say, yeah, it might go down before it comes up, but it's highly likely to come and test this, and what happens? You enter it using the lower time frames, and you get good solid trade following good solid rules. Easy rule would be to just say, right, when the histogram pulls up above 0 again, turns green or whatever, I'm going to be looking at this. So you go down to the daily. Oh yes, we're getting a little bit of excitement now to the long side. Go down to the H4, you'd probably get an H4 reversal or something happening. I know it takes patience, but that's what trading's about, guys, patience and discipline. Here we go with the high, low, lower, high, lower, low. That is lower than that low, I can see that even with my old eyes. So the break of that would be a reversal to the long side, a break and close. So did that close above it, that one there? The close is 85683. That level is 85680. Yes, it closed above it. What happens when we get a break? It pulls back. You ready for that? Because those are the rules. You can draw it on your charts. Significant break of support or resistance generally causes an instant pullback. Be careful. There it is there. There's the pullback. So then you get down to, and you could have attacked this level using H1 of course, or M30, knowing that you were going to get a reversal at some point. So you could have drawn your looked at H1 and said, here's an H1 reversal, high, low, lower, high, lower, low. This has engulfed that whole thing, so instead of going low, high, high, low, high, high. It's just gone low, high, close. I've broken it. Thank you very much. There's the pullback after a break. There's the continuation. You know, it's come straight back into this level of resistance here to test it as support, and then the price has gone up. I think that's long enough for this video, but I could go on forever showing you candlestick reversals and how I understand candlestick trends. It is just a science. You know, low, high, high, low, high, 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 low, lower, high. Finally we get a break at this one here. Yeah, that's the break candle. New trend down, but there we get the pullback. This is an H1 chart, so that's probably only 5 or 6 pips pullback or whatever from the open. 3 or 4 pips, I was wrong. The NZCAD isn't the biggest mover in the world. And then it's continued down, a little bit of drawdown if you consider trading that down. So candlestick analysis, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.